Hello everyone, this is Gayle and welcome to Friday Frolics. I'm a little more rested than I was the last time I did a Frolics video. I think it was Friday Frolics on Saturday, and I had just gotten back from the beach. And I have to tell you, I was a vegetable on Saturday. I got absolutely nothing done. I sit and vegetated. So, only thing I can say is I must have gotten so relaxed while I was at the beach that my body just had a hard time getting back to normal routines. That's the only excuse I can use. I'm much better now. But I did have a wonderful time with my sister. The place that we go at the beach has a fall special only for returning clients or whatever, guests. And that's why we go. And if you go during the week, anytime after Labor Day, the rates are so low. And then with the two of us splitting them, it's about the only way either one of us can take a vacation. So it's the only real vacation that I get. But it was so nice. I visited with family. I've got cousins that are down there that's one of the focal points of our trip is getting to see them. So it was a good time. Almost saw a turtle release, but I think I explained that in the last video. Couldn't believe we were going to be there at the same time they had one, and we went to the place where they normally release them, and nobody was there, only to find out they released them at a different place that day. So we almost saw a turtle release. One day maybe I'll see one. But I just wanted to catch you up on a few things. For those that are interested, my Etsy shop is open. I opened it this week, and I will put the link in the comments down here in the comments below, so be sure you look at them. And I apologize if if you see me rocking. While I was gone, my awesome daughter kind of reorganized the living room. We got rid of a big 55-gallon fish tank. And so furniture got moved around because we had an extra wall. And that allowed me to have time for my lazy boy, which is this chair, to be brought downstairs. I was sitting in another old stationary recliner that actually belonged to my mother. And it's really not in good shape, and it's not very pretty, but it did serve its purpose. And so now I have my lazy boy. I think they're called a petite size or whatever. This also belonged to my mother, but she gave this to me long before she got sick. But I reupholstered it, and it looks pretty good, but now I have time for that, except it's a rocker, and I go like this all the time. So if you catch me rocking, I'm not aware of it. I apologize. I drive my daughter crazy. She said, I shouldn't have brought that down. Now every time I look at you, you're going to be rocking, because I've just got all this nervous energy that just keeps, I've either got a foot moving or something most of the time. So, but anyway, hopefully that will, work out well. But anyway, back to my Etsy shop. The things that are in my shop right now are things that I've had in there before. So I'm adding items like one at a time as I get a chance to take pictures and write a description and get them posted. So, please check it out now, but it will change weekly. If you just set yourself a time, like maybe every Thursday or every Monday or every whatever, check my Etsy shop to see what's new in there. And I would appreciate anything that you got from the Etsy shop. I've lost a couple of patrons, not that I'm complaining, because I have been so blessed to have so many wonderful people that do support me. And everybody's financial status changes daily. I know mine does. And coming home from the beach didn't help, because I thought I had money laid aside that I had earned through the year and put it aside for my trip to the beach, only to find out that I had several different home repairs that are like absolutely necessary. So now I'm really short of money. I had to finance one thing because I just couldn't pay for it. But one of them I put on a credit card, which I really didn't want to do. If I could pay off my credit cards, I would be able to live on my income. But I've got so much credit card debt. I was forcefully retired before I had a chance to get those paid off. And, but I'm working on it, but it's really hard because now it seems like I need every penny to live on. So it's hard to get pay any extra on those cards. But, I've lost some patrons, so, which means that my monthly support has dropped down. I was getting less than $100 a month anyway. So it's not like it was a make or break kind of thing. When I lost two, I lost $15 in contributions or donations. And so I'm hoping my Etsy shop will help make up the difference, or hopefully I'll get some new patrons and that will help me. It's not easy when you're working on a fixed income and you own a house and you want to do videos. I mentioned it on one of my earlier videos. If I can't get the support that I need to keep my tutorials going, I'm going to have to go out and get a job because I started doing the tutorials, people that say you make a lot of money on YouTube, I don't know what they're talking about. Somebody told me just recently that if I had over 5,300 supporters, which I do, my YouTube followers, that I should be making over $100 a month from YouTube. Well, I'm not getting anywhere near that. I was looking back at because you have to have an AdSense account when you get paid. There I was rocking again. When you get paid on YouTube, and everything goes through AdSense. So I was just looking at that, and it seems like I only get $100. They don't pay out until you make $100, and I'm only getting payouts about every 3.5 to 4 months. So if you divide that up, that's just a little more than $25 a month I'm making on YouTube. So you can't get rich on YouTube, but every little penny helps. I have my GoFundMe page for people that want to just make a one-time donation. I have my Patreon. This is something I wasn't planning on mentioning, but another YouTuber and a follower of mine, said that she has a wish list on Amazon and that a lot of her supporters fulfill her wish list. Rather than donate money, they'll pick an item on the wish list. So I'm starting to generate a wish list on Amazon. So that's going to be another possibility. But I've got so many avenues now, and to be perfectly honest, where I'm making the most money is with my Fun Stamper's Journey. And I'm using that to supplement, well, actually, my Fun Stamper's Journey is what paid for the $200 repair that I had done while I was on vacation. And then it's also, other repairs that are coming up. If it wasn't for that money that I put away, because I use my Fun Stamper's Journey money to buy more Fun Stamper's Journey products because I absolutely love them. I can't help it. They are just the best. And so I try to save whatever I make from Fun Stamper's Journey and just put it back in to order Fun Stamper's Journey products. And all this means is I just won't be able to order anything for the next month or two until I earn a little bit more money. But that's where most of my money is coming from. So, I don't want to use that to, because it has other places to go, I don't want to use that for my polymer clay videos. If my polymer clay videos and my supporters can't finance my videos and help me make my videos, then I'll just stop doing videos because I'm not making money. It's not why I'm doing them. But I have to be honest, I feel like I have shared just about everything I know, although I'm sure there's probably a million things I haven't shown you, but right now I can't think of many. I do have a list of projects I want to do, but I didn't start doing these to make money, but it got to the point where I used up all my old clay stash that I had because I was making it a point to use that in the beginning. And now all that's gone. So now I have to buy clay. And it's not cheap. Those of you that buy a lot of clay, you know it's not cheap. And most of the time I have to order it online, and I feel like I can't just order 1 or 2 blocks when I order it online. I have to make a larger order. So I don't do a lot of that. But when I need a certain color, I have to go out to the local craft store and buy a block. And the price of clay in the craft store is ridiculous, and it's like $2.79 for a 2-ounce block of Primo. Now $2.79 is just insane, but even with a 50% coupon, you're still paying what, like $1, say $1.50, almost $1.50, which is more like what the retail price ought to be, but yet that's what I'm paying for a block. So, buying it locally is much more expensive than placing an online order. So, it's just hard. It's just hard. I don't know what else to say. But I don't want to stop doing my videos. But, if I get to a point where I have to make a choice between paying my bills or making my videos, I'm going to have to go with paying my bills and what pays me the most. And like I say, right now that's Fun Stamper's Journey. That may change, and I'm not there yet. Don't get panicky. I'm not at that point yet. But I can see that somewhere down the line, that's going to happen, and I'm going to have to make some really tough choices. But anyway, enough about that. I keep trying to talk about my Etsy shop. The point was that I'm hoping to make enough from my Etsy shop that it will supplement what I'm losing, or what I lost when I lost my 2 patrons this month. So, that would really help. But there's so many fees and things involved with Etsy. I don't like their shipping program, where when I ship things or that I sell either myself or through PayPal, I ship through PayPal because it is so good. I can print exactly what I want. I can print my receipt. Everything prints. I've got the double, or not double, but it's the postage sheets that you print on that show you've got the postage label at the top and then the receipt at the bottom. And I use those, and you can't use that with Etsy. Etsy doesn't provide that little extra receipt thing. So that's been something I've struggled with. Plus, you seem to get lost on Etsy. So unless you know people and tell people and really market your Etsy page, it's not easy for people to just find you. But I will put the link to my Etsy shop down below in case anybody's interested in looking. And like I say, I'll be adding things. That's not nearly the items that I want to add. I've got a big box sitting here that I'm waiting to photograph and make descriptions for so I can put those on my shop. Plus, I've got cards and paper things that I've made. I want to put them in my shop. It's just a lot. It's a lot of work. And that's why I stopped the last time. It's so much work to get everything in your shop, and then to not make anything, it's really disappointing. So I may end up closing my shop again if it doesn't prove to be profitable. But I thought at this time of year, people are starting to think Christmas. Yes, I said the word Christmas. And hopefully somebody will find something on here that they would like to buy as a Christmas gift, or something they wanted to buy themselves for Christmas, or whatever. So I'd appreciate if you would look on my Etsy, at my Etsy shop. So enough about that. I have made a 3rd flame cane. The first one I think I showed it to you second. The one that came up this Monday was actually a mistake. I left a step out, so it came out entirely different from what I wanted, but I kind of liked the way it turned out. And that's the one I say that kind of looks like an animal print. Even though it's not an animal print, it just kind of looks that way. But that was the first one. The second one was the one that I showed, not this past Monday, but the Monday before. And that ended up not looking like a flame either, so I turned it into a flower. And, you do what you have to do. And that may end up in my Etsy shop. But I do have leftover canes from all of these videos. I've got another one that is up today, or up on Monday. This is Friday. It'll be posted on Monday morning, and the canes that I used in those 3 videos are going to be on there. I'm offering those for sale, and of course it's going to be a PayPal only type thing. And if they don't sell, then I'll put those in my Etsy shop. So I'd like to give you guys first shot at any of that stuff. I did put my Christmas picture frame that I covered with the Christmas tiles. I put that in there, and it's a pretty high price, but it took me weeks of work, hours of cutting and baking and mixing and rolling and decorating and everything. So I put a pretty high price on it. I don't know that I'll get it, but I did put that on there. I haven't yet, but I will probably put my little fairy house on there. And just different things that I've made. I've got a under the sea vase or a votive that I did. I may put that on there. So there will be some polymer clay finished items on there. I just haven't gotten to the picture portion of it yet in the description, but I'll get it all done. But Monday's flame cane is the last flame cane I'm going to do for a while. And I still don't think that I came up with exactly what my subscriber requested. I think what more was looking for was a static type cane. And I know how to do static canes that are multiple colored. But this one, one of the examples that I was shown was black with the red static in it. And I've never done it with just one color. So it's something that I need time to sit and develop, and I just haven't had the time to sit and develop anything for that. I'm sure there's something out there somewhere that can show me a starting point. But I'm going to be switching gears and doing something other than a static flame cane after Monday. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I've got a couple of things floating around in this head of mine, and I need to write them down because I come up with all these ideas, and then when I go into my craft room and sit down to work, I think, okay, now what was I going to do? Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know, but I need to start writing them down. As soon as the idea comes to me, I need to just write it down. The only thing is it usually comes to me like I can be asleep and I'll dream something, and when I wake up, I'm thinking, that would make a great polymer clay project. Of course, you know how it is when you dream something, you remember it when you first wake up, but 20 minutes later it's gone. And that's kind of what happens to me sometimes. Sometimes I'll be driving the car and I'll see something that will inspire me to, I could do this in polymer clay. And by the time I get home, it's gone, So a lot of times I think of these ideas. I'm not at a point where I can really write them down, but I really should, when I can, write these down. But I do have a list still of things to do. One of you asked for, there I go rocking again, asked if I could do some faux semi-precious stones. And I'm assuming you mean like turquoise and agate and things like that. And I've done those in the past, and to be perfectly honest, I just don't have a desire to do those anymore. I've done so many, and there's so many tutorials out there on it already. I really don't think the world needs another tutorial. But the person that I have gotten to be friends with um, is a YouTuber, and she's a polymer clay artist, and she does a lot of faux stones. She just did a malachite that was gorgeous and was more realistic looking than mine. I kind of lean more towards the bluish malachite, and hers was the green that is the real malachite is a little bit more green than the turquoise that I use, and it was just gorgeous. And it may even be a paid tutorial. I don't know. I don't know how she works it, but her YouTube, I think this is her YouTube name, is Kalyana Designs, Kalyana Designs. So I'll put a link to her channel down here, and she's currently doing those. She just posted one on a faux turquoise, and I think it looks really good. But she is a little bit different from me. I'm more, I don't know what the word is. I want to say whimsical, whereas she's more realistic. When she makes a stone, it looks like the stone, whereas mine are more, I don't know, just something that I've done. Like I have done a few. I did a tiger's eye. No, I think I called it, did I call it a tiger's eye or a cat's eye? I think it was a tiger's eye bracelet. And I've got a tutorial on that, so you can find that if you look back in my tutorial history. And then I also did a lava rock tutorial. Now, I did them in bracelets. The tutorial is how to make, say, a lava rock bracelet. But in order to make the lava rock bracelet, you have to make the lava rock. So if you look at all of my tutorials, almost every tutorial that I've done, even if it's just a project, I have taught some type of a technique in that video. So if you want to go back and look at some of those, that would be awesome. But if you want to look at somebody, other than me, I give you, look at this person's YouTube channel, because she's got some awesome things on there. And, she's gotten to be a good friend. So let's see, what else is open or on my list? I think that was all that's on my list. But like I said, there is another flame cane tutorial coming up on Monday. And to me, this one looks like a real flame. I just don't think it's the type of flame that this person was talking about, the one that asked me to try to do one. And another thing, I am willing to, if I'm able, a lot of you, and I need to say this, I ask all the time for you to give me suggestions on things you would like to see me do. And I get a few comments and a few suggestions, but some of them are just a little bit out of my realm of expertise, or however you want to say it. I'm not able, I can't do some of the things that you've asked me to do. So if I don't do one of your suggestions, it's not because I don't like you or, I'm just ignoring it. It's because it's just a little beyond my knowledge right now. It's not to say that I'm like the flame cane. I kind of took that on as a project, and I've been working on it. I've done, like I said, 3 different versions of it, and still don't have it right. So there are some times that I will take something and I will try my best, and sometimes I succeed and sometimes I don't. And unfortunately for you, I will keep those, even the failures, I will still post on my YouTube channel, because you have a right to see the failures as much as the good things. So I think that is all I have to say for right now. Oh, I do have a personal thing to say. For those of you that have been so good in staying up with my shoulder issues, my shoulder's better. I don't know what happened. When I went, after my physical therapy was over, and I went to the doctor, and I was so disappointed that I saw the physician's assistant instead of the appointments instead of the doctor because I was supposed to have some questions answered. And that didn't happen. So I got really frustrated because I still had pain and yet my therapy was over. So what was I supposed to do? And it hit me just before I left for vacation that my shoulder wasn't hurting. And I've gone back to doing just about everything that I can do that I know, won't hurt it. But I'm also doing a lot of the things that I hadn't been able to do, and I'm still not having any pain. So I don't know what's happened, but I ended up canceling my doctor's appointment for this week because the appointment was to discuss surgery, and right now I don't feel like I need surgery. My shoulder's feeling pretty good. So I'm thinking I'm just going to wait, and if it gets worse again, then I will go back to the doctor. But as long as it's feeling as good as it is now, I don't see a need. So for those of you that's been praying for me, I thank you so much because evidently it worked. And I've been praying for myself too. And I'm just so much better. So with that being said, again, I'm going to wish everybody a happy weekend. I hope everything is going well. Leave your comments below, any suggestions or, any type of question or what's the word I'm looking for? Suggestion on future tutorials. I'll be willing to handle all of those if I can. And I do try to answer everybody's comment, unless it's just something like great video. If I don't have a lot of comments, I might come back and say thanks. But if I don't say anything, I give a thumbs up, which means I saw your comment and I appreciate it. So anyway, I will be back next Friday with another Friday Frolics. And catch me on Monday for a polymer clay tutorial. See you soon. Bye-bye.